Yeah, we have challenges with the call um, connectivity. It keeps fluctuating, and we needed something that is a bit stable. So when we stream, again, those are the challenges of living in the in a continent like ours. We're not a first world country. So we'll continue from where we stopped. We didn't actually stop, but the stream stopped while the code is still running. So we really actually, it's only the stream that stopped. So the code continue running. So you can see here there were some issues with Breeze, which is already, we're just accepting the conditions or the commands that are coming, that are being sent to us. So we're just accepting and troubleshooting that. So one of the things that I wanted to just mention, and without forgetting, so it's that technology is really at the center of everything. And if you look historically, technology has always been the one transforming everything. And the richest guys right now are those who've really invested in technology. So how can you then impact lives? Because technology is there and it's already impacting lives. How can you then use that to impact your own life? How can you personally then obtain those skills and build something new, build something that is transforming and just digitizing? Just look at the ideas. The paperwork system. Yes, that is a technological innovation by itself. It's a technology that people came and invented. That was a technological innovation that was done during that time. But it doesn't mean that it has to be the only way of storing data. That's why you have the digital archive system, where you have to come and do some digital information and storage, right? But it doesn't stop there. We're still innovating every single day, and the challenge we're having is that we are not innovating enough. As young people, we need to always think about ideas and how can we cash into those ideas. How can we tap into those ideas and transform lives using those ideas? So we have social media, which we use to really connect with people, but at the same time, as we connect with people, we are wasting too much time. And there was a joke that is not a joke per se, it's a serious issue, that we have platforms like TikTok, which has different algorithms, right? The algorithm that is meant for, I don't know whether it's true, but that is just what they say, that is targeted to certain communities, is really targeted specifically for them, to keep them dumb, stupid, and just entertained. When a society keeps celebrating people who are not like adding any impact or value, the only thing they can make you add value to you, the only value they can add to you is just to make you laugh, then we are not really doing well as young people in Africa. We need to take a challenge and do something about it. I'm not saying that we should stop celebrating these influencers, but really they shouldn't take that too much space in our minds. Yeah, that's the reality. And I've worked with most of them, so I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So social media is there to connect us, and we can use it to really transform different things that we do in life. And one of these ideas that we are discussing here today is, can we just look at the simple problems that we are having and then find a digital approach to solve those problems? That is how these ideas can be, and then scale every time you're scaling up. So we have this simple idea, we've done something about it, and then now we have to maximize its potential. We have to blow it out so that we reach as many people as possible, right? So when you look at technology and AI, it's not there, as I said before. AI is not there to replace you. AI is there to replace those people who do not use it. Because at the center of it is that there is still somebody who is going to run that system. Now we need somebody who is running that system to be aware of what they're actually running right? So we need builders, we need people who are going to control it, we need people who are going to manage it, we need people who are going to ensure that data is not being breached, of course. So there is a lot of opportunities that come in, and think of any field that you can talk about today. There is not a single field that AI cannot infiltrate and do something in it. There is no. If you look at media, I just yesterday, not even long ago, I have a free pick account. I never knew that I can actually do a full story using free pick. Just using ChatGPT prompts, going there, building images, animating those images in that free pick account, not even downloading the videos and then I'm going to animate it in After Effects and do the graphics there or Premiere. No, in that free pick account you can do that. And there are challenges now. People are talking about submitting films, AI films, for competition. Yeah, there is an award at the 1 billion follower summit worth $1 million. You can look into it. Yeah, submit an AI made film and then you get an award when it wins, right? So this is the level at which creativity is. You have to just challenge yourself. What is new out there? Go discover that new thing, build with it, and then grow with it, right? So AI is here to really help us in that kind of an aspect. We need to study something called prompt engineering. We need to know exactly how to communicate with these agents, because how we've been communicating is maybe because it needs a lot of contextual information, right? The reason that this thing is lacking the perspective that maybe the storytelling aspect or the problem solving aspect that maybe you think is that you are assuming too much. Don't assume. Give it as much information as possible, right? If you keep assuming that this AI already understands, it's not in your mind. No. So you have to come up with the original idea, write it down in details, exhaust all the possible information that you think you need to give it, and then feed it, and then just prompt it, and then you see. That is how unique it will be. And then if you see something, me, I've been arguing. Sometimes it reaches a time you start arguing with it, right? So, because it starts hallucinating, because the commands that you gave it are not making sense to it. So you might end up giving up and feeling like your time is being wasted, and really you're the one who's not giving the prompts that are really giving enough information. So just to give you a brief of where we are right now, everything is still running. You can see the code the system is actually still generating. We are implementing dashboard metrics and view. We are also working on the schedule for monthly contribution reminder, jobs in routes and console.php. We are also, you see, so everything that is working is already being developed over here. And if you see the code, you select it over here, you'll see that the code is actually being written automatically. You're not doing anything, you're just speaking that language that you know. And I was saying to my Somali friends, if you know English is your problem, ChatGPT right now can really write good Somali. So write your Somali in that dialect that you know, pure, clean Somali language, okay? And then key it in ChatGPT and then instruct it to translate it for you. So that prompt, that idea that you have, write it in Somali language or whichever language you speak for as long as ChatGPT understands it, right? And then let it work through and then translate and then write all this the information. Put it back on this prompt and tell me whether it's not going to develop. Yeah. The challenge we are facing as Africans is that localization of the digital approach of localization, and you know, I don't know how to put it, but the digital approach to localize problems. Does that make sense? So we have our own local problems, and it's only us who can understand. Like, for example, this chama. Somebody in Europe doesn't understand how chama works, right? They don't understand because they're not communal based. But because we're coming up from these communities where we know what a chama can do, how do you localize that solution, you know? So we find ourselves in that kind of a quagmire because The systems are built with the mindsets and settings of the builders. We need to be the one who are building these systems. We need to be the ones who are coming up with these innovative ideas. Think of any idea. When I was talking about the media, because I come through with skills from both the media and the technical world, so the IT world. So when you come up with this two, you combine this together. The ideation part of it, of media and everything, and storytelling and filmmaking, bring the technical aspect of coding and development of sites and building, and just bring them together. You come up with something unique. So with the help of AI, really this job is getting even much easier, and it's not an issue of gatekeeping. This is an opportunity that any young person out there can do. For as long as you have your laptop, you have stable internet, you have time, you are creative enough, you can do it. You can do it. Very nice information, and I'm just checking if you're watching us right now. Thank you for joining us. We had started long time ago. We had to stop because, not deliberately, the system just hung up on us, so we had to obey because we have no control for that. On that, it hung and something just happened, but we are back. I'm glad you're here again to follow us through to the end of this. And we say the target is to ensure that we code from scratch. We build this app from scratch. This is language. This is not plugins being downloaded or builders being like drag and drop and everything. When you build these frameworks, I'll tell you, you can customize those UI, those user interface, how they look like. You can customize the colors, the alignment, the fonts. You can customize everything, the icons that you want to show there, the tables, how they're being done. You can customize even the login page, and I'll show you that when you reach at that stage. It's not something that you can build within 2 weeks or 3 weeks as before. This one is just within hours. You just put yourself down, commit yourself, and then say, I want to run this thing. Within 24 hours, you have a system. You go to your client, tell them I have this system. So this is so far what we have. We have 3 options that now we have, because this is now the issue of database. We've already built the front end. Now we are on the database section. We've already done those. So I'm just going to read this, because again, you're giving information, it's doing, and then it's giving you feedback. So you need to be updated with the feedback so that you know the status of your app. If you don't read these feedbacks, then you might miss out information. You might start asking, can I see? You have to read, and then you understand what it's actually telling you. So progress update, initialize the Laravel 11. This is the framework that we talked about. Breeze, Blade, Tailwind, this is the CSS that we have that makes to look modern, minimalistic, beautiful. Okay, schema and rain migration, uses